Welcome back, everybody, to another video here. And this is a tutorial. And I don't know if we would call it a request, but it was a comment made from Max Goof regarding why don't we have river forks? We don't have river tees. We don't have forks. We have one bend. So this is my workaround. I have encountered this problem because it is a problem. We have forks in the road. We have all these different pieces, and the only fork they give us is with the Greek ruins piece, pavilion, whatever you want to call it. And his comment was, "That's not acceptable." And you're right. So right here, one would think, all right, so we'll just do this, right? And we'll merge the pieces in here. And you get a bunch of Z fighting, as I'm going to show in a couple seconds here with the replayer. And, of course, he already knows that, and some people already know that. Some people never even thought of it, maybe. But let me just tell you ahead of time, the results are garbage. But in case you've never done this, I'm going to show you what makes it garbage. So bringing that in there, and then I'm just going to hit replay. And yeah, so you have that lip there, which totally blocks it off, and the Z fighting is just horrendous. So some would say, well, why don't you just use the simple toys and use the water? Yeah, that looks good. You can get that to look nice, but when you interact with it, it's stupid. Because the water flows and nice. You know what that water is good for? Waterfalls, small terrain, if you're going to dive down and you're going to have your character hit the death triangle, the death pyramid, have it hooked up to a barrier block, and it's like you went down, it's water, but you can't go on it because you're dead. That's it. That's what it's good for. But we want water physics, and this is it. So the only way I can think of it is to use a waterfall drop down. So I'm going to go back 2 blocks, which is 4 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to show you with the terrain pieces that it's actually two pieces whole, 2 whole pieces back. And I just dropped it down 1, 2. All right. Now keep in mind, if you're going to build a huge water terrain and you don't have the capability to hack the see right there, I'm just going to merge that back. So I'm going to use the replayer. And if you don't have the ability for the to override your memory meter, as I showed in the Mod Messin episode, if you're on console and you don't have the capability to do that, keep in mind that these pieces hog up memory because there's a lot going on with them. So just keep that in mind. I would, if I was going to do this, I would build something like, I don't know what you would call it. We do want a waterfall here. I would not flesh out. I would just use these pieces. I guess I'm going to have to do a video on it because I cannot think of what it's called. All right, so you've seen that. I just deleted that. That's okay. It's still hooked to that replayer. So I'm going to hit playback. And it's just going to play back. All right, so now this is as simple, and I should stop the video right here and say, there you go. That's tutorial. Do with it what you will. Right? But what if you... All right, so we're starting at a single stream and going to a 2. So what if you want to go from a 2 back to a 1? Well, you don't rightly go uphill. You don't swim uphill. So I will show that here. Right now I'm just trying to figure things out, so I'm just going to skip ahead to the appropriate spot, and I'll see you when we get there. Okay, so you can see right here, following that path, we can't really get to 1 this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the path and I'm going to narrow it down. And you can do this from the get-go. I just decided to do something different, but I'm going to bring the corner over as an, like an S shape, and down and then over again to get it to where it's 2 river blocks side by side instead of having a gap. And then, so they're going to be running straight. Okay. And now we're just going to have 2 waterfalls dropping down, like you've seen before, but they're going to be closer together. So now you can get it to going into 1, but there's only one way we're going to be able to do that, because still the gap is too wide. So we're going to have to use this lake. They call it a lake. It's more like a pond. I don't know. But the lake piece is going to have to go in. And I'm just going to put it, you can put it back as far as you want, but I'm going to put it back to the edge of the, you'll see, the edge of the second to the last blocks that are existing. I only need 1 replayer. I just use 2 just in case sometimes. Sometimes I only use 1. Sometimes you need 2. But in this instance, anything will replay over anything with these pieces that I'm using. So I'm just using these end pieces and the waterfalls hooked to the replayer, and then I'm going to clear them out. And then I'm going to shove the what did I just do and why? Oh, I wanted to line up where I was going to put that first. And because they're already on a replayer, I can just get rid of, I can just delete stuff and not even use the second replayer. Again, sometimes you'll have to use 2 replayers. So I'm trying to figure out how far I'm going to go in, and I just decided to just take it back to that block right there. And so I can just delete those. Actually, I could have just deleted those. Am I? Yes, I'm deleting them. And then I'm going to bring this back in and then play over it. And we have, when we play it back, we have our 2 forks going into 1. I mean, it's the best I can get. All right, and then off that, I can just branch out 1. Now, you're going to see, depending on whether or not you want a rock in the middle of your stream, river, whatever, you might want to take that lake down 1, which I'm going to do. But of course, if you're going to do lakes, you don't just have a flat terrain. You have to use grass, or not grass. You have to use trees and mountains and hills and stuff like that. I don't flesh this entire thing out. I mean, as you can see, there's no way in the amount of time that this video is that we flesh everything out. But right there, you can leave that there if you want, or you can drop it down. And I'm going to drop it down because I don't like it there. Just drop it down 1. And then, of course, the other stream river pieces are going to have to match. So now that being down further, now it looks it where in between the two waterfalls, it kind of looks empty and plain. I don't like that. So we're going to put some cliff pieces in between to make it look more natural. And the large cliff is going to be too big, so we're going to put the smaller cliff in there. And then on the ends, those parts are too small, so we're going to use the medium. And that fits just nicely. All right, and there you go. And that is how I do it. If this suits your fancy, like, comment, subscribe. If it doesn't, I don't know, comment anyway. But that's the best that I can do, and you know, it's not my fault that nothing else exists. So right here, I'm just raising the terrain here, and I'm just gonna put some mountain pieces in there, not mountain pieces, cliff pieces to go around. But anyway, I just wanted to see what it looks like. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and remember to keep on building. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to give me a like before you click out. And also, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it now! And click the bell icon if you want to know what I'm up to before I even know what I'm up to, because it helps you see into the future. And I just made that up. Until next time, this is That Brown Bat reminding you to keep on building.